This is the card we're going to do today. This one is made using the Fawn build a house and reveal wheel. And let's see, let me zoom in. The reveal wheel reveals different things in the window. And then also there's a little girl standing in the door. For this card we used the Build a House die set. We also used the tree before and afters along with its matching dies. We used the reveal wheel as well as the reveal wheel Build a House add-on. And we also used the Lawn Fawn sentiment banners. And so let's begin. Okay, I've started by cutting out different colored cardstock from the Build a House die set. And these are the different pieces that I've got cut out. And some of these things I'm going to layer together, like the windows and the door, to get either depth or change in color. And actually these two windows that I showed in the previous scene were actually cut out with the reveal wheel Build a House add-on, this die right here. And then these other dies are the other dies from the reveal wheel. And I cut one out of green because I'm going to further cut this to make some ground or some grass. And I've also stamped and cut out some of the trees from the Lawn Fawn tree before and after stamp set. And I colored with Copic markers, and the markers that I use are indicated on the piece of paper there. All right, next I want to add some planks to the house. So I'm going to use my scoreboard, and every 3/8 of an inch I'm going to make a score. All right, and for the door I've already glued the little doorknob onto the red door, and I am just going to cut out the door. And next I will glue the red door and for these little windows I am going to glue the blue one onto the gray one. And now we will glue the yellow piece. Okay, now I want to add a little bit of a weathered look, so I'm going to use some Distress Ink Hickory Smoke with a makeup brush that I got from Amazon. And for the porch and steps, I will use some brushed corduroy. Okay, and I'll start to glue part of the structure together. Okay, and I just realized I'm going to need to have something underneath here, so I'm going to cut another door out of the yellow so that I can get yellow inside the door. Okay, and this time I'm going to use a razor blade to cut the door off. Okay, and to put the window on this upper part, which will be the reveal wheel window, I am only going to put glue along the outside here, not the middle. Okay, and then the roof, I am just going to put glue along the bottom edge. Okay, and for the window box, I am going to want this to be raised a bit, so I am going to use some foam strips. Okay, and for the flowers, I will use my fine tip glue here and just add the glue in between the flowers. Okay, and then I want the flowers to just kind of come like this. Okay, and to get rid of any sticky glue, I'll add just some anti-static. And I want this eaves to be lifted up a little bit, so I'm going to take some 1/4 inch glue dots and I'll just roll them up with my finger to make a little ball. And then I will stick them underneath just to help keep this raised. Okay, now I'm going to add some sky up on this front plate with the window in it. So we're going to start with tumbled glass. Okay, next we'll do some broken china. And Mermaid Lagoon. Okay, and I'm going to use a Lawn Fawn simple grassy border. And so I want it to maybe be about like this. And I'll go back to my broken china. Okay, and I'll glue the grass down. Okay, next I will glue the house on. Okay, and I'll use some foam tape to prop up the trees. Okay, now I'm going to use some mowed lawn. And then some forest moss. Okay, and for the reveal wheel portion, I'm going to use one of the templates for Build a House. And I will use, it comes with two, one with 4 and one with 3 slots. And I am going to use the one with 3 slots. So you just match that up to this, and then you tape it down. Like that. Okay, and I am going to use a little cat and dog from the Lawn Fawn Tiny Christmas and Tiny Halloween. Okay, and I'll start with the little cat. So I'm going to use some Memento Tuxedo Black. And next I'll do the tiny dog. And in the last one we'll do the little boy. And next I'm going to stamp the little girl in the doorway. And actually I think I will stamp the little girl on some separate paper and then just glue her into the doorway. Okay, and using the template I went ahead and colored in the windows, matching this color as good as I could with my Copic markers. And these are the different Copic markers that I used. And so we'll remove the template now. And this is what we've got. All right, now I'm going to put the porch and the steps onto the house. And I used some Copic markers W2 and W4, which closely matches the color of the roof and whatnot, so that this matches a little better. And so I colored all the area outside of the windows. All right, and I'll glue the little girl into the door. Okay, we'll now put a brad in. And then open it. And I'll put some foam squares on here, but not touching the brad. And then since I used a template, all I have to do is line the figure up in the window. Like so. And then we'll just lay it down on the back. Okay, and in the last scene I actually had this upside down, and so I've carefully removed everything, and we'll line it up again. And I'm placing down the foam squares so that it doesn't touch the reveal wheel. And now I'm applying the front panel to the back. Okay, and I cut some red cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and then I have a gray A2 size card base. And so I shall glue this red cardstock onto my card base. Next, I will glue this part. Okay, and the last thing we'll do is we'll take this little black arrow Next, I stamped the Sending Warm Wishes sentiment onto some of the gray cardstock, and then I embossed it. I stamped it with VersaFine Onyx Black ink and embossed it with clear embossing powder, then cut it out with my Lawn Fawn Sentiment Banners dies. And I'll get some of my foam squares here. And here's the final card, and you can see the different views in the window. And then also the little girl in the door. So I will, let's zoom in a little closer here so that you can see it maybe a little better. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.